My inbox used to cost me about 40 minutes a day, not answering, just deciding what deserved answering. Today, I'll build that automation with you, step by step, in plain language, including the 2 versions I got wrong first.
By the end, you'll be able to build this in any automation tool. I'll use N8A language, but the logic is the same everywhere, and the logic is the part that matters.
3 stages: collect, classify, and act. Then the safety rules, then the 2 mistakes. Let's build.
The trigger. Every morning at 7, or on every new email, your choice. I run mine on a schedule rather than per email because batching turns out to be calmer and cheaper.
Real time feels impressive. In practice, having your inbox reorganize itself while you're mid-sentence is worse than having it done once, before you open it. Batch wins.
The collect step pulls unread mail from the last 24 hours. And here's the first thing most builds get wrong. Filter here before the AI sees anything. Newsletters, notifications, receipts, exclude them at this step.
Every message you exclude here is one you don't pay to process, and don't risk missorting. My filter removes about 60% of volume before any intelligence gets involved.
Stage 2, classification. Each remaining email goes to an AI node with one instruction. Read this and return exactly 1 word: urgent, later, or ignore.
3 categories, not 7. I started with 7: client, prospect, invoice, personal, admin, newsletter, other. And it was useless because I still had to make a decision about every label.
The point isn't to describe your email, it's to remove decisions. 3 buckets maps to 3 behaviors. Deal with it now, deal with it later, never think about it.
One detail that matters. Give the AI your definitions, not generic ones. My urgent means a paying client is blocked or money is at risk. Without that definition, the model uses its own, and its idea of urgent is anything with an exclamation mark.
Stage 3, acting on the label. Urgent gets starred and pushed to my phone. Later gets a label and leaves the inbox. Ignore gets archived silently. That's it. That's the whole build. Trigger, filter, classify, route. About 90 minutes the first time, and most of that 90 minutes is you deciding what urgent means to you.
Once that runs for a week and you trust it, there's one upgrade worth doing: drafting. For anything labeled later, a second step writes a reply into your drafts folder. The trick to making drafts sound like you is embarrassingly simple. Paste 5 of your own past replies into the prompt as examples. Not a description of your tone, actual examples. The difference is night and day. Now my mornings look like this. Open drafts, half my replies are written, edit 2, send 5. 20 minutes instead of 90, and I never faced a blank reply box.
3 rules, and I'd rather you skip the whole build than skip these. Never connect it to send. Drafts folder only. The 4 seconds you save by auto-sending will eventually cost you a client relationship, and it's the most predictable mistake in this entire field.
Your ignore bucket archives, it never deletes. The classifier will be wrong sometimes. Archive means wrong is recoverable. Delete means wrong is permanent.
Build the failure alarm before you go live. If the workflow errors, expired credentials, API change, it messages you. Silent failure in an inbox automation means you stop seeing emails and don't know it.
Now my mistakes, so you skip them. Version 1, I let it auto-reply to anything it was confident about. It answered a prospective client with the wrong template inside an hour. Polite, well-written, completely wrong context.
I built it directly against my live inbox with no test data and spent an hour unlabeling 40 real emails after a bad prompt. Make a test folder with 5 fake emails. Point it at reality only when it behaves.
Both mistakes cost me more time than the build itself. Both were completely avoidable with 10 minutes of caution.
Quick answer to the obvious question: What happens to the 60% the filter removed before the AI ever saw it? Newsletters, receipts, notifications, they don't vanish, they get routed by plain rules. No intelligence needed.
Newsletters go to a read later label I check on Sundays. Receipts go straight to an accounting folder that my expense workflow watches. Platform notifications get archived on arrival because I have never once needed one.
That's a principle worth taking beyond email. Anything with a reliable pattern, a sender, a subject line, a keyword, should be handled by a rule. Rules are free, instant, and never hallucinate. Save the AI for the genuinely ambiguous middle, which, in my inbox, is about 40% of what arrives.
After a week, check 3 things, and be prepared to find it's worse than you thought, because the first version always is. How many urgent emails were actually urgent? If more than 1 in 5 was a false alarm, your definition is too loose, and you'll start ignoring the alerts, which defeats the entire system. Did anything important land in ignore? This is the expensive failure. Go through the archive once at the end of week 1. It takes 10 minutes, and it's the only way to catch a bad rule before it costs you something.
Are you still opening your inbox out of habit anyway? If yes, the automation is working and your reflexes haven't caught up. That one fixes itself in about a fortnight.
Costs, honestly. The automation tool, $6 a month self-hosted, or free tier if you're low volume. The AI calls, from my volume, around $2 to $3 a month. Because remember, 60% of email never reaches the model. Roughly $8 a month for about 40 minutes a day back. That's the best return of any automation I run, which is why it's always the first one I tell people to build. 2 cases where I'd tell you to skip it entirely. If you get under about 20 emails a day, you don't have an inbox problem. You have a checking it too often problem, and no automation fixes that. Close the tab twice a day and you're done.
And if your inbox is mostly one type of message, say purely support tickets, you don't need classification. You need a different tool that was built for queues. Automating the wrong shape of problem is just a slower way to arrive at the same conclusion.
One variant worth knowing if you do client work. Instead of 3 generic buckets, classify by client name. The workflow checks the sender against your client list first, and anything from an active project gets its own label and its own alert. The reason this matters is urgent is contextual. An ordinary question from a client mid-delivery outranks a genuinely urgent-sounding email from a stranger. And no general-purpose classifier knows that. Your client list is the context, and it's a column in a spreadsheet. No AI required. So trigger, filter, 3 buckets, route. Add drafting once you trust it. Never auto-send, always archive, always alarm. That's a real system, and it's an afternoon. If you want the other 6 workflows I run, or the honest take on which automation tool to pick, both are on the channel. Subscribe for the real mechanics, no hype, and I'll see you in the next one.